Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode number 30 of the NordCast. It is Thursday, June 29th, 2023. I'm your host, Nordic, here, joined with the newly grad Carter. How we doing?
We're doing pretty solid today.
Graduated.
Feeling nice.
We're joined here with Jack as well. Welcome back. You're sick, I've heard.
Yeah, I was sick this whole week. Finally feeling better, so I'm back.
He's good enough to come back onto the NordCast.
Yeah,
That's good. We got a lot to cover, so we're just going to hop straight into it, starting off with the trades that happened on Monday and the awards. So we'll start off with the Taylor Hall trade. And this is going to be a lot of Jack because a lot of Jack's team made a lot of moves this week. So Jack, be prepared to talk even though you're sick. Kind of the worst episode to come on when you're sick, but hey, all right. So first move is between the Boston Bruins and the Blackhawks as they acquired forward Taylor Hall and forward Nick Foligno, where they signed Nick Foligno to a 1-year, $4 million deal. Then they traded over Alec Regula and Ian Mitchell, who are both RFAs, over to the Boston Bruins. So, Jack, what are your thoughts on this deal? You acquire a solid top six forward and some good veteran presence in Foligno. Does it help out your team in your competitiveness more towards the playoffs next year?
Yeah, it for sure does. And a lot of people are saying this is a win-win trade. Mitchell and Regula, I hate to break it to you, Bruins fans, but they're not that special. They're still young, but barely any NHL time so far. And from what I've seen, nothing much. Maybe solid like defensive defensemen on your second or third pair in the future, but that's about it. And then obviously you're giving up former first overall pick Taylor Hall, former Hart winner, and obviously you won't be back to those numbers, but you just want to surround Bedard with guys like this for now. Like Bedard can't be playing with a bunch of bums in his first year, and the roster was looking like that before last week. That's what it looked like. But yeah, Davidson making a ton of upgrades this week, and then Foligno, I think he's brought in to be a protector of all the young guys, and he can still put up points in the NHL. So, but yeah, he's a big guy, big forward, third or fourth line guy. I like this move a lot for the Hawks, and yeah, I'm excited to see Taylor Hall for sure, and play alongside Bedard. They'll probably be line mates the first year. So yeah, I'm really excited.
I like it a lot. First off, I thought it was a win-win as well, because who they got, because Boston cleared up cap space, but they can't sign Bertuzzi. So there's really no point in this deal now. They moved Taylor Hall to try and sign Bertuzzi, but Bertuzzi wants to go to the market. So they kind of just traded away Taylor Hall. More or less that's what they did. So it's definitely a win for the Blackhawks now. The next deal is between the Devils and the Bruins, where the Devils acquired forward Shane Bowers and his signing rights in exchange for defenseman Robbie Walsh. Shane Bowers is a bust. No denying that. Not really that big of a trade, so not too all up in arms about that. The awards, the NHL awards. The Ted Lindsay Award went to Connor McDavid this year, along with the Hart Trophy, which was not a surprise. Apparently someone voted him 5th place.
Yeah, I saw that.
Something.
That's brutal.
But of all the players, he was the only one to be voted 5th, which was very shocking. And the only other person to get a first place vote was David Pastrnak, who finished 2nd, was literally like 900 points behind McDavid. The Lady Byng Trophy went to Ante Kopitar. Congratulations to him. The Mark Messier Award went to Steven Stamkos. The Calder Trophy went to Matty Beniers, and that was a very good one. He played well with Seattle, was a big reason and why they made their push towards the playoffs at 57 points in this season, and I thought he had a really good year just overall. Bergeron won the Selke Trophy, which was not a surprise. We knew he was going to win that from the start of the season. Letang won the Masterton Trophy. He grinded this year. He lost his father, had a stroke, and he still played over 60 games. So very impressive year from him despite all the battles he's faced. Linus Ullmark won the Vezina. That was expected as well. Had a really good year in Boston, not just because of their defense. Had a .938 and a 1.89, which you don't see numbers like that very often. Backlund won the King Clancy Trophy, which is the leadership award. Congratulations to him. Jim Montgomery won the Jack Adams Award, which was not surprised either because he put up the best record in NHL history with his team. And then Eric Carlson won the Norris Trophy. So congratulations to him at 101 points through that stretch. He won by a lot as well, won by about 400. And yeah, he had a really good Norris ballot there. But also congratulations to Jim Montgomery on winning the GM of the Year award, which was announced yesterday. First and second All-Star teams and the All-Rookie team. First All-Star team was Jason Robertson, Connor McDavid, David Pastrnak, Eric Carlson, Adam Fox, and Linus Ullmark. The second All-Star team went to Artemi Panarin, Leon Draisaitl, and Matthew Tkachuk, along with Hampus Lindholm, Cale Makar, and Ilya Sorokin. Then your All-Rookie team was Matty Beniers, Wyatt Johnston, and Matthias Micheli. Then you had defenseman Owen Power and D. Jake Sanderson, along with Skinner and net. So those are your All-Star teams. Max Comtois is not going to get qualified by the Anaheim Ducks. We knew that. Had a pretty bad year in Anaheim. Anyone have thoughts on that? I mean, he's been mediocre for the past couple of years, so he's gone now.
Yeah.
The Bruins revealed their 100th anniversary logo, which is basically their old logo. So it just zoomed past. What's the next thing? Montreal trade. Alexander Newhook was traded over to the Montreal Canadiens as RFA signing rights in exchange for, what do you have, a Sprite? A 2023 first, a 2023 second, and Gianni Fairbrother. You have a Sprite?
Yeah, me and Jack both have Sprite.
Oh my god.
Except this one's like really flat because it's been like open for like the last 2 days.
You're gonna get sick, dude.
Well, Jack's already sick. I can't catch it from him.
Oh, true.
We're too far apart.
So you catch it over screen. But yeah, the Newhook trade I thought was solid for Montreal. They're taking a risk on a forward, but I think it'll go well for them. In Colorado, of course, we'll get into who they selected with that pick. The schedule was announced. Not gonna talk about that. Pierre-Luc Dubois re-signed with the Los Angeles Kings, 8 years, $8.5 million, as well as that too. This is where Carter comes in. He was traded to the Los Angeles Kings in exchange for forward Gabriel Velarde, forward Alex Alafalo, forward Rasmus Kupari, and a 2024 second-round pick. Carter, what are your thoughts on this deal as a Jets fan? I think you guys made out very good here.
Yeah.
Big dub by Chevy. It's very rare that I say this. What a trade for Cheveldayoff. Like, that is... He got exactly what, like he wanted. Like, way more than what I thought we could have got. Like, we got a great young player in Velarde, who I'm pretty sure probably would want to play with Winnipeg, because I'm pretty sure one of the first things he said was like, I'm not going to lie, Los Angeles, not that big of a hockey market. So if he wants to play in a hockey market, Canada's a place, and Winnipeg does have a pretty good hockey market. We added some depth with Iafallo. Who was the other guy that we got?
Kupari.
Velarde.
Kupari? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I don't know a whole lot about him.
He was like a bottom sixer with Winnipeg, Los Angeles, but I think he could do, if you guys make more moves, he could
slot that third one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's great. Like, we add some depth to our team, which can really help, especially, I think Iafallo can really help out our team there. And I think if we're trying to stay competitive, I think what we got to do is we got to get some more help. We got to find someone who can replace PLD, because it's very hard to find a player that can replace him, especially at that young age. And I think because I don't even know what we're doing. I don't think we're rebuilding, but I also don't know if we're heavily competing. But I think our next move has got to be to attack that center position and go out and try and get someone.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. I like Winnipeg's future a lot more, though. They got 3 solid young players. We'll see if they make any more moves, if they move Hellebuck or Scheifele, but of course we'll find out. Some San Jose Sharks-related trades here. The Sharks acquired defenseman Andre Suster and his signing rights from San Jose in exchange. Anaheim acquired forward Andrew Agozzino. It's a minor deal, but I swear to God, these two players have been dealt like 100 times. Every damn time I see a minor league trade, it's one of these two players. I swear they've just been traded with each other, one and the other, one and the other, one and the other. It's insane. The other deal with San Jose was more interesting. They acquired goalie Mackenzie Blackwood and his signing rights from the Devils in exchange for a 6th-round pick. Blackwood with the Devils was not going to work out. There's too many goalies there, and they might get Hellebuck too. So solid move here for the Sharks. Blackwood will get a chance to flourish. He has not been signed yet, though. Evgeny Dadonov with the Dallas Stars re-signed a 2-year, $2.25 million deal. Gostisbehere, JT Comfort, Tyler Bertuzzi, and Milan Lucic will not be returning to their teams this coming offseason, so they will be testing the free agency market. We'll see where they go. We'll cover that in a later segment. This next trade, what'd you say?
I'm calling it. JT's gonna sign with the Hawks.
You want JT Comfort? Really?
Yeah. I think he'll sign too.
Interesting. This next trade here was a fleece, hands down for the Devils. They acquired forward Tyler Toffoli from the Calgary Flames in exchange for a 2023 third-round pick and Yegor Sharangovich, who was later signed by Calgary to a 2-year, $3.1 million deal. Are the Devils Cup contenders? Let me ask that question. Are they Cup contenders now? You guys are nodding your heads, yes.
Yep.
If they get Hellebuck, Carter, I'll ask you specifically, are they Cup contenders then?
I think they're Cup contenders right now, but I think if they get Hellebuck, I think they're the clear-cut favorite.
I agree. I honestly, like, if they get Hellebuck, I can't see a team that could beat them. Genuinely, they got the young talent. Ben,
yeah. The only thing is what are they going to lose? Because I think in order to get Connor Hellebuck, I think Dawson Mercer is going to have to be coming in return.
Yeah, probably, but
Toffoli can help out in that spot. So I don't think they'd be losing sleep over losing Dawson Mercer. But as a young team, you don't really want to be giving up your young guys. But
yeah, for sure.
We'll see.
This next trade, we're moving into the draft day now. This involves the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Colorado Avalanche, where the Avalanche acquired forward Ross Colton's signing rights from the Lightning in exchange for a 2023 second. I like this deal a lot because Colton's a solid young forward. Just couldn't fit in Tampa. I've been liking the moves Colorado's been making. So getting Johansson, getting Colton, they've been making some smart moves. So I like it a lot. Timo Meier re-signed with the Devils to an 8-year, $8.8 million extension. Again, just solidifying the Devils even more as a solid team if they get to keep Meier, and they are just built so well, honestly. Also, as well as that too, Ryan Graves, Tomas Tatar, and Miles Wood will go to the free agency for the Devils. Then you got a trade between the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Vegas Golden Knights, where the Penguins acquired forward Riley Smith in exchange for a 2024 third-round pick. I like how Smith is playing. I like Smith a lot. Solid Penguins forward. Kyle Dubas is cooking, and we thought that was going to be for a Barbashev signing move, and it was. Barbashev was signed to a 5-year, $5 million extension by the Knights, solely because of that good playoff run. So overall, not terrible. And without further ado, we'll move into the draft. This draft was interesting, and it was very good for all three of us, to be honest.
Guys, hey, high fives. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
High five. Yeah, we're all doing pretty damn good right now. Our teams made out very well. All 4 of them. We all did very well.
5. Or no, 4. Never mind.
So we'll start off with number 1. Connor Bedard goes first overall to the Chicago Blackhawks. He's from the Regina Pats WHL. Was a consensus first overall pick. Jack, I don't really know if I need to ask your thoughts, but how happy are you that you guys got Bedard?
Very happy. Not surprised at all, obviously. But yeah, very happy. You guys all know my thoughts on him, so.
Yeah, we're not going to go too much in depth with that. We knew that was going to happen. The real draft starts at number 2, where the Anaheim Ducks drafted Leo Carlsson over Adam Fantilli, forward from Orebo HK in the SHL, born in Karlstad, Sweden. Yeah, apparently, and from what I heard, Fantilli didn't want to go to Anaheim.
No.
He told the Ducks not to draft him. So this is why they went with Carlsson here, and that's why Carlsson is not that bad of a selection. I like him a lot. He's played with men in Sweden, and I've mentioned on here before, he's a solid young forward, a very good player, and definitely something good here for the Ducks to look forward to. Third overall is Adam Fantilli, forward from University of Michigan, born in Toronto, Ontario. Obviously not even surprised here. We knew he was going to go third when Carlsson was selected. But, yeah, you can call Ohio, the Wolverines now, because they basically just been taking everyone from Michigan.
Yeah.
It's like a trend.
Altana's next.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. San Jose drafted Will Smith, 4th overall, from the U.S. National Development Program born in Lexington, Massachusetts. I wanted him on my team, but we didn't get him. I'll get into what my team selected in a second here. The Canadians drafted David Reinbacher at 5th overall from the EHC Cloton and in the Swiss leagues. I thought Reinbacher. Look, I mean, Habs fans raged over this pick, but Reinbacher I still thought was a solid defenseman, and still going to be a good player for Montreal.
Carey Price.
6th overall. What? Carey Price? Oh yeah, when he
Carey
said it wrong, that was hilarious. That was very funny.
Yeah.
6th overall, the Yotes, and this is where my mind was like, what? They picked Dmitry Simashev at 6th overall, defenseman from Yaroslav, in the KHL. Look, I don't hate it, but like honestly, like I feel like we could have gotten him at 12th. I feel like we should have went with someone like Zach Benson or Ryan Leonard at this pick, but hey, we got a defenseman that we wanted. It's not terrible.
I think you could have got him in the 3rd round.
I don't know about that. No, because defensemen were being picked there a lot. So
I know.
And then 7th overall, the Philadelphia Flyers drafted Matvei Michkov at the 7th overall pick.
Oh,
SKA St. Petersburg, born in Perm, Russia. And let me tell you, I have never been this happy as a Flyers fan. You can tell if you're watching on the video, and I'm repping all Flyers right now. I am so goddamn happy we got Michkov, and it doesn't even feel real. Truly does not feel real. If you told me 1 year ago today that we would get Michkov, I would have laughed in your face. Genuinely. I'm still
I would have laughed if it was like, oh, you're gonna get Michkov, but guess what? You're not the 2nd worst team in the NHL.
He was a number 2 guy forever behind Bedard until Fantilli came.
I think
not even that. Like the war with Ukraine, I think, which really screwed him over, and then as well as that too, the KHL
contract.
Yeah, that also played a role. And look, there's been all this talk of people saying, "Oh, he's not going to come over till 2026." We're not going to be contenders next year, or the year after
that, or the year after that.
Yes, no, we're not. So we're going to keep building this team to be even better. We took an absolute steal at 7th overall, and imagine Michkov on his entry-level contract when we're making the playoffs. Hands down, best pick. Hands down, the best pick in the draft. There's no doubt. I think we're the clear-cut winners, besides Chicago in this draft.
Well, I don't know. I think, you know what, now that he's a Flyer, as much of it pains me to say this as a Canadian, Michkov better than Bedard.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. That's a joke, by the way.
I don't know, Jack.
Bedard is better than Michkov, but
we'll see.
We'll see who's gonna win a cup first. Watch it be Chicago and Philly again in the finals, Jack. I don't know if I could be friends with
that. Would be ridiculous. Imagine a Bedard and Michkov Stanley Cup final for each of their first. That would be like that's must-watch TV.
Yeah,
Jack. I don't know how I'd feel about you then.
I know.
Honestly. I don't know. We'll probably be on like episode like 200 or something in the NordCast, but like I don't know how I feel about you.
We'll have Kane back, he'll hit another OT winner.
No.
Kane will resign. I really hope Kane
break my heart again.
No, he's going to Buffalo.
But yeah, Michkov, I still can't believe we have him. And the Flyers never really had a clear-cut superstar. I would not call Claude Giroux a superstar. I'm being honest. And Michkov's a superstar. What?
Lindros?
Well, like in the recent years is what I meant.
Oh, okay.
Like since Lindros, we have not had a clear-cut star. And Michkov,
Wayne Simmons.
Nick Delorier, for sure.
Luke Shen.
Moving on into the next picks, you got Ryan Leonard going to the Capitals, forward from the U.S. National Development Program. Solid forward. We're going to speed through these now, kind of. 9th overall, Nate Danielson taken by the Red Wings, forward from the Brandon Wheat Kings. Then you got 10th overall, you got Dalibor Dvorsky going to St. Louis. I like that pick a lot. Forward from Alvis Mexican. Then you got 11th overall, Canucks took Tom Willander. And then the Coyotes took Daniil Butts at 12th overall, and I was like, what the hell? Look, they're taking a big jump here with both Butt and Simashev because they're both partners. They're both teammates. I don't mind it, but why the hell wouldn't we get Benson?
Yeah.
Benson's with the ice. Carter can speak for how good Benson is because he lives in Winnipeg. He's seen Benson play.
Yeah.
And as well as that, too, we'd be partnering with him, Connor Geeky. So
Yeah. Well, here's the thing: is like you look at him, right? Like Zach Benson. I think no matter what, like one of those two, well, we can confirm it. One of those two spots, he's gonna thrive. He's either gonna thrive with Connor Geeky or he's gonna thrive with his new teammate Matthew Savoy. So, quite honestly, I think that Benson ended up in probably the best possible spot for him. I know we haven't gotten to that point yet, but I'll jump the gun a little bit here. But yeah, if I was Arizona, I would have taken Benson there in a heartbeat. The fact that he was still there at 12 is insane. I thought he would have been off the board by 10.
yeah. And guess where he went?
Buffalo!
The powerhouse that we've all been talking about for like the past 30 episodes we've been doing this. He goes to Buffalo. I don't hate it. I look, honestly, if he were to go somewhere, I would have rather have been Arizona or Philly, but hey, I'll take Buffalo. Buffalo makes him even more exciting.
Well, especially because they'll pair him with Matthew Savoy, as I said.
Yeah, that's
like
going to be
with his current teammate. So that's ridiculous.
That's going to be a fun team next year, especially if they get Kane, which we'll talk about later on. But especially if they get Kane, oh my God, dude, I can't.
Yeah.
14th overall, the Penguins took Braden Yeager. I thought was a solid draft pick from the Wichita Warriors. Good center. Not going to be the next Crosby, but
definitely a good piece there.
The Nashville Predators drafted Matthew Wood at 15th overall. The Flames drafted Samuel Honzek at 16th overall. The Red Wings drafted a player that I actually had going top 10, Axel Sandin Pellikka at 17th overall. I had him going not top 10, 12.
He's a steal.
12. He's a really good pick there at Detroit at 17. Then Winnipeg took Colby Barlow at 18th, and I thought this was a really good pick. Barlow, really solid, versatile forward for the Owen Sound attack. Literally looks like a grown man already. So,
yeah, I love
pictures of him. He already has a full-grown beard. He literally looks like an old man.
Yeah, he looks like he's 22 years old.
Oh yeah, I did so.
Really good pick for Winnipeg.
I loved the Colby Barlow pick. I think he's going to be outstanding for us. So I'm really happy we were able to take him.
Chicago took Oliver Moore at 19th. I thought this was also a steal. This was a good pick as well.
Yeah.
Moore, really solid forward with
He's
USA.
fast.
I had him going 10. Jack,
Yeah,
I had him going 10.
A lot of people have him going
he dropped
top
to
10.
19th in Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah, so really solid pick there. The Kraken took Edward Sale at 20th. Another solid pick. I had him going 14th to Pittsburgh. Another steal there. The Wild took Charlie Stremmel at 21st. The Flyers took Oliver Bonk at 22nd. I thought this was also a good pick. I like Bonk a lot at 22nd. We needed to get another defenseman, and we did. So I think overall the Flyers had a really good first round and a really good draft overall.
Yeah, I think they should have taken the player that went at 23 though.
True, but I'm not mad that we won the defenseman. And
no, I'm not mad about it, but personally, I would have went with the guy at 23.
Yeah, and Gabe Peralt went at 23rd overall to the Rangers. So overall,
I think I even had him in my top 16.
I think I did too. I had him 15th in my original draft. I don't know because I did a draft where I forgot Leonard, and then I did a draft with Leonard, so I did two different drafts, and I keep getting them mixed up. 24th, Tanner Molendyk went to the Predators. Solid defenseman. They're a D factory, so it makes sense. 25th, the Blues took Otto Stenberg, and the Blues, even though people don't talk about them, they actually made out pretty well in this draft.
Mm-hmm.
They made out pretty good. They got three draft picks. I think they did a good job. Had Corey Krug wages no movement clause, we would have had one of those, but it's fine. Whatever.
What a bum.
26 overall, Quentin Musty went to the Sharks. Another solid pick. Another steal there at 26. There were a lot of. This is a deep ass draft.
Yeah,
and this is a deep draft heading all the way into the second round. There were
probably the biggest of our lifetime, honestly.
Yeah,
besides 2015.
No,
other than that,
I wasn't really into hockey at 2015 though. So
But as far as lifetime, that's one of the deepest ones.
Probably, yeah. But this is probably. I don't know. We got to find out how big this one is.
The thing is a lot of these guys they probably won't end up being superstars, but they'll end up being very solid first, second line guys.
That's what sucks.
I'd say the top 10 overall is going to be all really solid players.
Yeah.
Well,
We'll see about Arizona's pick at number 6.
Oh,
but-
shut up. Look,
Yeah.
Simashev. All right, 28th overall. 27th overall. The Avalanche took Callum Ritchie, solid pick. And the Avalanche, I liked what they did at this year's draft because they brought in and got 2 draft picks in the first round. So now they have some more bright talent in their prospect pool. Toronto went way off the board and took Easton Cohen at 28th. And this was a shocker because he was 89th ranked by the Hockey News. 89th overall, and he went 28th. Unbelievable pick. And weirdly, I have him on Snapchat. So I had this guy on Snapchat, and I was like, what? I was so lost. But yeah, Cohen at 28. Theo Lindsten at 29th. St. Louis, another pick there. I thought they had a good draft. The Canes took Bradley Nadeau at 30th overall. The Avalanche took Mikhail Guyulev at 31st overall, another solid defenseman. And then at 32nd overall, the Golden Knights took David Edstrom to round out the first round. What are your thoughts? Who is the top 3 biggest winners in this year's draft? Probably the Blackhawks, number 1.
Hawks.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. Since the Flyers only had 1, I don't know if I can put them 2. They're definitely top 3, but since they didn't have multiple first rounders, I don't know.
They did too.
They did.
Yeah, they took a forward and a defenseman.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Yeah, I'd probably put Flyers at 2. And then I like Columbus draft a lot, so.
Yeah, I'm gonna put Columbus at 3. I thought Columbus had a good draft. They drafted a lot of Michigan players. They just kept drafting Michigan guys. It was weird.
Yeah. My top 3 would have been Chicago, Philly, and then I think San Jose.
Yeah, San Jose's a good one too. I think a lot of teams made out really well. What?
No, you can go.
I don't think there was any team besides maybe Arizona that had a bad draft. Arizona, we won't know, but I think they took a little bit of a stretch, but we'll find out. Typical Arizona, of course. But
yeah.
I thought overall it was a good draft for all the teams. Mm-hmm. Did you guys see too that Matvei Michkov didn't want to play for Arizona?
Yeah.
Yeah, you like full on told them like I'm not playing for you.
He's like I ain't playing for Arizona. And then as well as that too, he like said that he wanted to play for Philly. Mm-hmm. And that makes me so goddamn happy. You have no idea. You have no idea how happy that makes me.
It's like it's not like we drafted him and he's like, we'll see. It's like, no, I want to be a Flyer. Like
he wanted to be a Flyer, and
that's what you want. Like that's what you want to hear.
Oh, that made me happy. Oh my god, makes me so. It actually makes me jump for joy. We got 3 more trades, and then we're done. We'll get into Jack's next player. The Chicago Blackhawks. This is like nothing. The Blackhawks acquired forward Josh Bailey in a second-round pick from the Islanders in exchange for future considerations, but they bought out Josh Bailey like 30 minutes after the deal. So basically, they got a second-round pick in 2026.
Yeah.
Jack, so I'm assuming you don't have many thoughts on that deal.
Yeah, no. If he was actually going to play for us, I would have thoughts, but
yeah.
Would you have taken Josh Bailey like to play for your team?
Yeah, we have nobody else. He'd be a fourth.
I don't know why they bought him out, to be honest.
Yeah.
Buy him out, sign him for $2 million.
We also got a second-round pick for free, so.
Yeah, not bad.
In 2026, though.
Yeah, true. 2026. We'll find out. We'll find out when that'll get picked. This next one is between the Oilers and the Red Wings, as the Red Wings acquired forward Kaylor Yamamoto and forward Klim Kostin from the Oilers in exchange for considerations. I thought this was a really good win for Detroit. They get a solid fan favorite in Klim Kostin. And Yamamoto had a down season, but I'd imagine he'd be better under Detroit. So, yeah. And the final trade is with the Blackhawks. They acquired forward Corey Perry from Chicago. His signing rights in exchange for a 2024 7th-round pick. It looks like they're going to sign Corey Perry to a 1-year, $4 million deal, similar to Josh Bailey. So, Jack, what are your thoughts on getting Corey Perry, the legend? Probably his last season, to be honest.
Oh, yeah. He's one of those guys where you love to have him on your team, but you hate to play against him. And from what I've seen on Twitter and stuff, Hawks fans don't really like the signing. I do personally, just because you need guys like this when you're a young team. You need scrappy guys. That's why they brought in Foligno and now Perry. So, yeah, I like it. He's just going to be playing for 1 year, I'm sure. And, he can put up some points, too, if you get him out there enough. So, yeah, I like it.
I don't see why anybody wouldn't like this, to be honest.
Yeah, it's just like from his past stuff, like when he was with Tampa, when we played him in the Stanley Cup Final in 2015. He was just like he's just a pest.
Well, not only that, it doesn't really make sense though, because like honestly, like they're not gonna make the playoffs next year. I don't think I'm offending you saying that.
Yeah.
So
no,
like, what does it matter? It's probably gonna be it's gonna be the last season.
You need players. You have no players.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, that's all we got. Besides the Canes not qualifying Puljujärvi, he had double hip surgery. Best of wishes to him. And you guys got any news that I missed or anything like that?
And I got nothing.
We got free agency preview, but first, it's Jack's guess of player time. All right, Carter. We had a heartbreaking loss last week to go 0-4. I think this is the week where we win it.
I think I'm dialed. I
had a pretty good one.
For those who don't miss, we each have 3 questions, including a final guess between me and Carter. We're gonna guess Jack's favorite player. We're 0-4 so far. This is episode 5. All right, I'll let Carter go first for this round, and we will cook.
I like how you say for this round as if I don't go first like every time.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, Jack. Oh, I just dropped my pen. Is your player in the Eastern Conference?
Yes.
All right.
I'm going to go 3 for 3 on yeses this time.
3 for 3 on yeses. All right, Jack, was your team in the playoffs this year?
Yes.
Okay, so that crosses them out. Just let us cook. We're gonna try so hard.
What was the last team?
The last team was who was it?
I got it.
Was it Seattle? You should go with Seattle.
Oh no, I'm not talking about that. I was like writing all the teams down.
Oh, okay.
All right, Jack. Is your player in the Metropolitan Division?
Yes.
Oh, he might go 3 for 3. All right, what is that? That's the Devils, the Rangers, the Hurricanes, and the Islanders?
Yeah.
Okay,
Come on, Nord. Do it. You know what to do.
You know what to do.
Nord, please.
Jack, was your team eliminated in the first round?
No.
Okay, so it's either the Devils or the Hurricanes.
Okay, you know what? That works.
Oh shoot.
All right, I'm not doing it again. All right, Jack.
Don't do. Is your jersey number above 50?
Is jersey number above 1?
I don't know.
This number's actually 1. All right. Okay, so it's between Carolina or the Devils. I mean, Jack, you strike me as a Carolina guy, but is your player on the Devils?
Yes.
3 for 3. Oh my God, I'm so dialed. This is my moment. This is my moment.
Get the position here.
Carter, what's your Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Position maybe.
I'm gonna go position. Yeah, let me pull up. It's Devils, right? You said Devils.
Yeah.
Okay, let me pull up jersey.
Oh no, I'm scared.
Can I go 4 for 4?
All right, Jack, is your player a forward?
Yes.
Okay, so that narrows it down a little bit. But, oh man.
Nord, you're going first on the player.
All right.
I went 3 for 3. I'm so dialed. I feel like I know exactly who it's gonna be too.
Where to like lose it? Oh my God. Oh, Perry has signed the 1-year deal. By the way, $4 million.
Oh,
so just
awesome.
Just so you know, just a little bit of an intermission.
Give us the cup.
Oh my God, what should I go with? I think I'm gonna go with it. Jack, is your player Tomas Tatar?
No.
All right, Carter, it's all you.
All right. So, I don't know if he went super popular, and I'm kind of scared about that on whether he went popular or not. All right.
For 4. Ah, it smoked my knee. Jack, is your player Mr. I don't know yet. Oh my god, I don't know.
Oh my lord.
Nor do I.
I kind of wish it wasn't a fucking forward, because then it'd
Yeah.
be easier.
I know. Fudge. Okay.
Oh my god, you know what I should have said? Bro, I should have said, oh my god.
We should have done nationality.
Because they're all from fucking, they're all like from Canada. Or they're all from, yeah, they're all, like, over half of them are from Canada.
Well, that's how it is on most, like, American.
Yeah, I know, but, like, it would have helped us out a lot.
Oh, alright. Okay. Alright. I got it. I don't got it. Jack.
We can't go over 5.
Oh my god, no, I don't want to guess. I don't want to guess. Okay. I got it. Jack!
Yes.
Dawson Mercer!
No.
Ah!
Hey, Tyler Toffoli.
No!
You motherfucker!
That's not fair, bro! That's not fair at all! That's so unfair, he hasn't played a game yet! Oh my god, you know what? I'm taking that to the board. I'm taking that to the board and seeing if
Hey,
that's
you want me to just think of a new one and we just go again?
No, bruh. No. I'm taking this to the board next week.
Fine.
We're not 0-5 till I take it to the board. Carter, I'm holding out for us. It's some BS. He hasn't played a game yet. And he got traded like 2 days ago.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
I wasn't even thinking Toffoli, man.
I wasn't thinking to fully. I was thinking on their main roster. You know what? I actually did think for a second. I was like, Jack, has your player been traded to the Devils? I should have said that.
Oh yeah, that would have been a great
actually
guess.
Carter. That would have been so much easier.
Yeah.
Because like all these players have been like signed, basically. Almost all these players have been like signed. Oh my god! All right. Well, that does it for our segment. You're probably wondering, we're uploading this on Friday. Free agency's the next day. When are we going to talk about free agency? Right now. All right, everyone. Welcome to our 2023 free agency preview, take 2. I am Nordic here, joined with Carter. Of course, we're recording on the previous podcast, but we're a few days backwards now. It is actually Monday, June 26th, 2023, and we're going to preview your free agents for this year's free agency. Just a little bit of disclaimer. As I mentioned, we're doing this on Monday, June 26th. So there may be some players between then and July 1st that are signed to contracts. But because of our availability, this is the best we can do. So we apologize for that, but this is the best we can do. Let's look at the free agents. We're going to start out with the UFAs. We're going to go through the top 30 ranked by points and not cap hit. Definitely not cap hit.
Not doing that again.
Starting off with number 1, Patrick Kane. He had 73 games played, 21 goals, 36 assists for 57 points. He is coming off of a $10.5 million contract. So, Kane, even though he has an injury to him, there's a few teams that I think I could see him going to, like Colorado and Buffalo are the 2 main ones that I think he could go to. Buffalo makes the most sense to me, though. What do you think, Carter?
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. I think we're looking at a guy who's kind of been a leader at least in that Chicago locker room. I don't know what it was like in that Rangers locker room, but I think that if you can get a guy who's a proven veteran, who's made deep cup runs before, thrown into that Buffalo roster, I think that he can lead the charge for that group of guys in there. And he is a Buffalo kid, so I think him going home would not be that bad of a deal. I think we're probably going to look at him going on a 2-3-year contract, I think for sure. I think we're probably going to look at him being somewhere between 7 and 8 million.
Yeah, most likely. I agree. And the Sabres make the most sense to me because they're a team that's already young and really fast. Imagine, because Kane would come back in the middle of the season. Imagine in the second half of the year where they're making that usual push to the playoffs they get Patrick Kane in there, I think they make it. So I think Kane would be the best one to get, best player out there for Buffalo to get. And I would say he's probably the number one ranked free agent, but there are some people that have argued to people above him. So, anyways, number 2 is Alex Killorn of the Tampa Bay Lightning with 82 games played, 27 goals, 37 assists for 64 points. He has a cap hit of $4.45 million. And let me tell you, Carter, he is going to get paid during this offseason. No matter where he goes, he's going to get paid. But it's definitely not going to be in Tampa. Definitely not.
No chance. They don't have the money.
It is basically confirmed he's gone. So, but yeah, like, honestly, a place that he could go, like, you think of a team that, like, needs a top 6 forward, not Edmonton, thank you very much. Maybe if you're thinking, I don't really know. Carter, do you have any places he could go?
I don't know. I feel like one team that I'm probably going to say a lot is the Calgary Flames, because no one wants to play for them. I know you talked about this in your video and TikToks and everything like that. I think that, I think Calgary's going to try and go out and get him, because a lot of their guys are leaving. I think they're going to try and get him there. They already paid a lot for Nazem Kadri, so who knows? Maybe they try and make a massive offer for Killorn when he can't refuse, in order to try and get him and see if they can build something.
Or maybe Edmonton just does that because, they like to go out and get forwards.
Yeah, they just love paying big money and getting loopholes for guys.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'm trying to think of, like, other teams that could want him. I don't really know. Maybe Los Angeles.
I was about to say LA.
If they don't get Dubois, which we probably talked about in the earlier podcast, but
yeah,
like maybe Killorn possibly.
It's doable. It's doable for sure.
I think it's definitely possible.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, we have Patrice Bergeron of the Boston Bruins. He played 78 games, had 27 goals, 31 assists for 58 points. He is coming off of a $2.5 million contract. Honestly, Carter, do you see him even playing next season? Like, not saying he won't get signed by teams, but do you even see him playing? Do you think he's done? He's 37 years old.
He's 37.
He also just won a Selke, too.
Yeah, so I was about to say, he just came off of winning a Selke. I don't know, because here's the thing. He's old. He's still playing at a very high level. Like, he's still one of the best two-way forwards in the league. But I don't know. The thing is like, I think part of him is like, he's done. He's proven everything. He's worked so hard. He's guaranteed a Hall of Fame lock for sure.
Yeah.
But then part of me is like, I don't know if he wants to go out like how he did. Like for him, like, he definitely holds himself to a high standard, and I think if they go on a deep cup run this year, I think he hangs him up. But with how they went out this year, I don't know if he can, like, if he would be willing to sit with that. Yeah, I don't know if that makes sense at all.
Like, a heartbreaking first-round loss.
Yeah.
I don't know if he wants to re-sign with Boston, but Boston has a lot of other things they got going on. They got to sign Bertuzzi as well, so there's a lot there. But of course, we'll see. But I can't really think. Honestly, like, I'm not even going to say a team that I think he could go to, because I don't think I could see him in another jersey. Like, it's difficult to think that he could be on a different team.
I think it's like, honestly, in my eyes, it's Boston or nothing.
Yeah, like,
maybe he
if
does,
I
like,
had
a
to pick a
minimum.
team, Colorado, they need a center, but, like, even then, like,
no, in my eyes, it's Boston or it's nothing.
Yeah,
100%. I think personally he wants to be Boston forever.
Yeah. Fourth is Max Domi with 80 games played this season, 20 goals, 36 assists for 56 points. Of course, he's a center or a left wing for the Dallas Stars. He's coming off of a $3 million contract. I think he goes back to Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
I'm being for real with you. I think he goes back to Chicago because there were even some, like, talks that were saying that he could go back to Chicago, and I think it happens.
Mm-hmm.
I think that, that he played well in Chicago. It said he enjoyed the city. And as well as that, too, they just got Taylor Hall. they're gonna get Connor Bedard probably.
Edsy.
I mean, yeah, like they're getting some solid point players there, and Domi's still at a very somewhat young age, 28 years old, so he's still got some pretty good years left in him. I think it'd be a good move for Chicago, and as well as that too, I think it'd be good for Domi as well. So I think Chicago is just the only place I could see him going.
Yeah. I don't have much else to say, but I think you hit the nail right.
I hit it spot on.
I think so too. I was gonna say Chicago. I think he resigns there. He said how much he loved Chicago, so I think Chicago is a place that we can see Max Domi.
Yeah, I agree. Number 5 is David Krejci, who is a center for the Boston Bruins. Played 70 games, played 16 goals, 40 assists for 56 points, and is coming off of a $1 million deal. Honestly, I think this is the same situation as Bergeron. He's 37, same age, same situation, same position, in fact. So he probably, I think he also hangs up the skates, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I feel like he's done. Even if there's gonna be a lot of these guys where it's just like they're done. So I think Krejci's one of them. It's kind of sad that we're gonna see kind of slowly a lot of these Boston
childhood, man. Like
a lot of these Boston like all-stars are sadly stepping away. Like we lost Chara last year. Tuukka Rask has been gone for a little bit. Like this is this is where our childhood players start to fade out.
Nah. Where mine started fading out was when Chara and Subban retired in the same day.
Yeah.
I forget. Someone else retired that day too. I can't remember. I remember we talked about on the podcast, but I remember I was in health class and Chara retired. I'm like, damn. So yeah. A lot of
wasn't it a Flyer?
What?
Wasn't it a Flyer that retired?
Oh, it was Keith Yandel.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, it was Keith Yandel. I remember that.
Yeah.
I wasn't that sad as a Flyers fan. I was like, whatever. All right. Number 6 is JT Comfer. He's a center / right wing of the Colorado Avalanche. Played 82 games, played 17 goals, 35 assists for 52 points, and he's coming off of a $3.5 million contract. I think he is without question. And so far, he's tied for the youngest player we've looked at on this list. I think he will get paid. I don't think he stays with Colorado.
No, I don't either. I think we're probably going to look at him getting about $5 million.
Weirdly, I see Seattle with him. I don't know why, but I feel Seattle. I don't know why. Like I just think of Comfort. I have no idea.
They're gonna snake another Avs player.
They beat him in the first round.
Last year it was Grubauer. This year it's JT Comfer. Yeah, honestly, Seattle's not bad. Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, like they took what? Burakovsky, Donskoy, Grubauer. They're just trying to become the Avalanche.
They're just rebuilding.
Yeah, they're just the Avalanche.
Next, they're gonna trade for McKinnon.
No. Then there's definitely something going on there. But
yeah.
Yeah. Number 7, Vladimir Tarasenko. He's a right wing for the New York Rangers. 69 games played, 18 goals, 32 assists for 50 points. He's coming off of a $7.5 million contract. I don't know. Tarasenko with me, I can't really see a place he'd go to besides either staying with New York or going back to St. Louis, if I'm being honest. I don't know why. I can't see anywhere with Tarasenko.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. Yeah, I don't know where Tarasenko would go.
Yeah, I don't really know, to be honest.
Number
8 is Michael. Sorry.
I was just going to say, for a lot of these free agents, I feel like there's no set spot that I could see them going to.
Yeah, that was kind of with last year, too. Like, there's some, like, free agents where, like, I feel like, oh, yeah, they probably go there. But for some of these, I'm like, I don't really know.
Yeah.
Next one is Michael Bunting, the left wing for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Played 82 games this season at 23 goals, 26 assists for 49 points. And he's coming off of a $950K contract. So he's going to get paid. He's going to get paid for sure. But he definitely fumbled the bag a little bit in the playoffs, getting that suspension. But if he didn't get that suspension, he definitely would be making some good money. But he is a player that I've been a fan of for a long time, even on Toronto. I like him a lot. I like his offense. I like his grit. I like his playing style. For a team that could get him, I'm not really entirely too sure. Like you got to think of a team that like needs a grit forward or something like that. Like who are you thinking of? Like
Buffalo.
I think he gets a lot of traction, but I'm not sure like what teams exactly.
Buffalo could be one.
Maybe Buffalo.
Young team. They don't really have a whole lot of like gritty young players on that squad, so
Bunting's
I don't know.
27 too. That's actually shocking to me. He's the youngest we've covered so far.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he might. Maybe Buffalo. Buffalo might actually be a common one because I think they have the salary cap to be able to gear up for a nice.
Yeah, they
run.
could basically get almost anybody on this list. Like almost anybody we talk about, basically. So yeah. Next up we have Tomas Tatar for the New Jersey Devils. He's a left wing / right wing. Played 82 games this season, at 20 goals, 28 assists for 48 points, and he's coming off of a $4.5 million cap hit. I think that even though he's 32 years old, he could get a solid contract, probably like a bridge deal, like maybe a 3-year contract that'll take him up till he's 35. I feel like he re-signs with the Devils, though. I don't know why. I feel like he stays with New Jersey. I don't know, like, a team that could go out and get him still. Maybe Detroit circles back?
Or Montreal circles back?
Maybe. I don't know, though. I don't know if Montreal's going to be competitive next year, so... Well, they will be competitive. I don't know about playoff competitive is what I meant.
Cole's back.
Okay, Carter. I know you love Cole Caulfield, but... No, not today. I don't know. Tatar... I'm not sure with him.
Yeah. No, I kind of feel the same way with him.
Yeah. All right. Number 10 is Jason Zucker. He's a left wing / right wing for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Played 78 games, has 27 goals, 21 assists for 48 points, and is coming off of a $5.5 million deal. I don't know. Zucker will get a contract, but I honestly feel like he's kind of a liability. I don't know why. But yeah, I think he will get a contract with some team.
Yeah, he'll definitely get a contract. I don't know for how much. I think we'll probably end up. We might see him getting cheaper than what he has now. I don't know. I think we'll see him getting a little. Yeah, I think we'll see him getting cheaper than 5.
Yeah, for sure. Number 11, and this is a fun player, Ivan Barbashev, who played 82 games this season, had 16 goals, 45 assists. 16 goals, 29 assists for 45 points. And he's coming off of a $2.25 million cap hit, but he had a monster playoffs for the Vegas Golden Knights, and he will 100% get paid. He will probably be the biggest, raise in money out of all these free agents. He will probably make the most. I don't know out of all these, but the most, going, I don't know how to describe it, going from 2.5 to that's 6.5. He'll make. He'll have the largest. Oh my god! He'll have the largest increase in.
He will have the biggest money jump.
Yes, that's what I meant to say.
I got it.
Played amazing in the playoffs.
No, for sure.
St. Louis as well. So he's gonna get paid. Probably not by Vegas, but definitely is gonna get some good money. A team that could use him, solid second, maybe a third line player, but probably mostly a second. I'd say maybe. I don't know, maybe Buffalo. I could see Buffalo picking Barbashev up as well. I'm not sure, Carter. What do you have? Or maybe Colorado. Colorado, I could see too.
Yeah, I was gonna say Seattle, maybe.
Maybe Seattle as well. One expansion team to another.
Possibly.
I can see that. Oh man, number 12 is Eric Gustafsson, defenseman for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Played 70 games, had 7 goals, 35 assists for 42 points. And he's coming off of an $800K cap hit. I think this guy is an absolute liability, so I hope he leaves. Or I hope he just doesn't, yeah.
Preach.
I hope he doesn't get signed by a team. He is such a liability. I can't stand him. I genuinely cannot stand Eric Gustafsson, if I'm being honest with you. I can't.
No, I agree with that. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Eric Gustafsson. I think he just got a whole lot of points because, when you're on a team with Austin Matthews, Mitch Marner, John Tavares, and everything like that, I think you're bound to get some points.
Yeah, I agree. So, all right. Moving on to number 13, we have Shane Gostisbehere, who is a lefty/righty for the Carolina Hurricanes, played 75 games, had 13 goals, 28 assists for 41 points, and he's coming off of a $4.5 million cap hit. I think he's a solid defenseman. I like him a lot. He played well with Carolina and actually played pretty well with Arizona too. So I think he could get a solid deal. I'm thinking Edmonton for Ghost. I feel like that would work. Edmonton maybe.
Yep. I agree. He'd be a solid offensive defenseman for that team.
Yeah, 100%. Even though they don't need more offensive, they need more defensive. But hey, why not? All right, number.
Offense.
Yeah,
a good defense is a good offense.
True. All right, number 14, Evan Rodriguez. He's a center slash left wing for the Colorado Avalanche. Played 69 games, had 16 goals, 23 assists for 39 points, and is coming off of a $2 million contract. Rodriguez is a solid middle six type forward. Could really go to pretty much any team if we're being honest. Could even re-sign with Colorado. He's always been a solid like second line or like third line player. So he could go to any team that's in need of depth. So who knows?
Yeah.
What do you have?
I agree. I think you hit it spot on. I'm not a big fan of Evan Rodriguez.
You don't like Rodriguez?
Huh?
Oh, that's right. You only like the people with the name of Carter.
All right, like zip it.
Well, this guy's name's Evans, so that's fine. So cool.
Yeah.
Number 15.
I was so confused why you were taking a shot at me, and then I was like, "Oh, his name's Evan." I was like, "Your name's not Rodriguez."
What? Whose name is Rodriguez?
No one, but that's the first thing that I thought of. I didn't clock the fact that his first name was Evan until I remembered.
Yeah. All right. Number 15, Connor Sheary of the Washington Capitals played 82 games this season, had 15 goals, 22 assists for 37 points, and is coming off of a $1.5 million contract. He's more of a similar deal there for Washington. Probably going to get the same amount of money as a middle six type player, for being honest. So.
Yeah.
Number 16, Phil Kessel. He's played for the Vegas Golden Knights, Stanley Cup champion, 82 games played, 14 goals, 22 assists for 36 points, and he has a $1.5 million cap hit. I think he should get $10 million, no question.
Whoa, 13.
13 mil? Yeah, you're right, $13 million.
Highest paid player. $1 for every hot dog he eats during the season.
Oh, then he'd be like 20 mil. What do you mean? Yeah, but Phil, realistically for Phil, he's probably going to get signed to less than what he's getting for a different team, or maybe he stays with Vegas. Not entirely too sure, but he will get signed to a contract. I don't think he hangs just yet. I think he wants to go more.
Yeah, I think he's got like one or two more good years left in him.
Yeah. Number 17, Dmitry Orlov, and arguably this is probably the best defenseman in this free agency. Played 66 games, had 7 goals, 29 assists for 36 points, and is a $5.1 million cap hit. I actually saw that he was interested in coming back to Washington. So maybe he returns to Washington, but Boston seems like no. I don't think Boston has the cap to re-sign him, even without Taylor Hall. So
yeah,
I don't know. Any team that needs a top defender. So Edmonton will probably be in the mix. What's another team?
LA.
Maybe Florida could look. LA could look. So Florida.
There's a lot of teams that'll definitely check in on Dmitry Orlov.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of defenders that are gonna probably go around the market for sure. Yeah. Number 18, Zach Parise. He's a left wing for the New York Islanders. Played 21 games, had 13 goals, Played 82 games, had 21 goals, 13 assists for 34 points, and he's coming off of a league minimum contract. Probably stays around that same number. Actually, he might even retire. He's 38 years old.
I was going to say, I think he's done.
Yeah, he's probably done. But who knows? Maybe he tries to kick the can one more time. We'll see. But yeah, he's probably done. Number 19, John Klingberg of the Minnesota Wild. Played 67 games, had 10 goals, 23 assists for 33 points. And is coming off of a $7 million deal. Probably gets a longer-term contract than the one-year prove-it deal with Minnesota. So we shall see who he goes to. But honestly, I don't really have a person that I think he could go to. I'm kind of blanking, to be honest.
Dallas maybe, or he resigns
Maybe
with
Dallas
Minnesota.
again or resigns. Yeah, that's probably what I think. Honestly, I agree.
He could end up being the same as Orlov, where a lot of teams check in on him because he is an offensive defenseman, and those guys are sometimes a little hard to come by. But I don't know. I think that's definitely something that we could see.
Yeah. Number 20, Evgeny Dadonov. He is a right wing / left wing for the Dallas Stars. Played 73 games, had 7 goals, 26 assists for 33 points, and is coming off of a $5 million contract. Yeah, Dadonov, I think, could get some solid money. I don't really hate a team that would re-sign him. Maybe Dallas circles back around. He had an okay playoffs. I'm not sure if he even played. Can't even think. He probably did, right? Did he?
I think he played a little bit.
Yeah, but maybe he gets re-signed. But if not, a team that needs like secondary scoring could go out and look for him, possibly. So
yeah.
Number 21, Alexander Kerfoot, and he will get some traction. 82 games played, 10 goals, 22 assists for 32 points, and is a $3.5 million cap hit. Once again, another player that I think, like another secondary type scorer. But if you put him on a top line or like a second line, he could score more than 32. But being on a team as good as Toronto is,
yeah, I think
as deep as Toronto is.
Yeah, he was just kind of screwed by like how good Toronto is and how deep that roster is. But I think you take him out of that and you put him on. You could even honestly put him on a second line, and I think he'll thrive.
Yeah, I agree, 100%. Number 22 is Jonathan Toews. He's a center for the Blackhawks. Played 53 games, had 15 goals, 16 assists for 31 points, and is coming off of a $10.5 million contract. I think Toews is done. I can't see Toews in another jersey. Being realistic,
I think he's done.
I've seen 2 teams circle around, Edmonton and Colorado. Maybe that happens again, but I doubt it. I really can't see it if I'm being honest. So, yeah, I think Toews is done. Number 23 is Ryan O'Reilly. He's a center for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Played 53 games, had 16 goals, 14 assists for 30 points, and he has a $7.5 million cap hit. O'Reilly will get money. He will get paid, and he's an amazing player. I love O'Reilly. Has the heart, has the offense, defense, the talent, the grit, everything to a player you need, and he showed that in the playoffs. So definitely going to get a good contract, no matter what team he goes to. But you're thinking of a team that needs a center, maybe Colorado, because they're down Landeskog. But that's the only team I can think of to come to mind, really. So
maybe we see a return to Toronto, but that's kind of unlikely.
Possibly, or maybe he goes back to St. Louis. They have a bright future, but I'm not sure.
We'll see.
Next up at 24 is Tyler Bertuzzi, who's a left wing / right wing. Played 50 games, had 8 goals, 22 assists for 30 points, and had a $4.75 million cap hit. I think he stays with Boston. I think he re-signs with Boston before we upload this to the public. We've been wrong before, but I think he stays with Boston.
I agree. I think Boston was a really good fit for him there. So I think
the way he played was awesome too. So
yeah.
And last but not least, before we get into the goalies, number 25 is Pierre Engvall, who played 76 games, had 17 goals, 13 assists for 30 points, and is coming off of a $2.25 million deal. A team who needs a third liner will likely pick him up.
Yeah, I think a team that could use some score. Like again, you said secondary scoring. I think we could probably look at him as a third line scorer there.
Yeah. All right, Carter. How do you want to do the goalies? Do you want to go by wins, cap hit? How do you want to go by here? Because there are actually some notable goalies in here that we should probably mention.
Yeah, no, there's a good chunk of them. Do you want to just? I don't know.
We can we'll just roll with it. We'll start with Martin Jones. He played 48 games this season with the Seattle Kraken, had 27 goals, 13 assists. 27, 13, and 3.
Whoa!
He's not
forward. Wow! What a performance, Martin Jones! He's a sharpshooter.
Okay, he played 48 games, had a 27, 13, and 3 record with a 2.99 goals against average and a .8868 save percentage, and is coming off of a $2 million deal. I think he stays with Seattle.
Yeah.
I think he stays with Seattle, honestly.
Yeah.
When I'm looking at him. But
I agree.
I think he
Yeah.
stays there.
Number 2 is Tristan Jarry of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Played 47 games, had a 24-13-2 record with a 2.9 goals against average and a .910 save percentage, and has a cap hit of $3.5 million. I don't know. I feel like he could stay with Pittsburgh, but if they decide to just not sign him, then maybe he goes to. I don't know. Like I can't see Jari not being in Pittsburgh. It's weird.
Yeah, Jari and Pittsburgh just seem to like fit, in my opinion.
As well as that too. I mean, I could never forget the iconic fumble he had about 2 years ago, or a little over 2 years ago.
Yeah,
against the Islanders.
Unreal. I feel like honestly, Jari maybe LA.
Yeah. We got 2 goalies here from the same team. We got Frederick Anderson and Antti Raanta. We'll start off with Anderson. 34 games played, 21-11-1, a 2.48 goals against average, and a .903 save percentage. Coming off of a $4.5 million cap hit. Then you got Antti Raanta there up next with 27 games played, 19-3-4 record, a 2.23 goals against average, and a .910 save percentage. And he makes a $2 million cap hit. So, yeah, there's 2 goalies there that I think probably stay with Carolina. I think they re-sign them. I'd be shocked if they didn't, but at least one of them will stay.
I think they're gonna keep one of the 2. I think they'll probably end up keeping Antti Raanta, and then they will run. I think Kochekov or whatever that other Carolina goalie's name was. I can't remember it off the top of my head, but I think it was Kochekov. Yeah. So I think they'll run with Raanta and Kochekov next season. So I think they will end up keeping Antti Raanta. And as far as for Frederick Anderson, I don't know where we're going to see him. Maybe he makes a return to Toronto.
I don't know if that happens. I don't know. I don't know if Toronto.
Well, we don't know what's going to happen with Matt Murray because apparently they don't want to keep him. So
true.
So I don't know. We'll definitely get in. We definitely got into that a little bit earlier on in the pod. Maybe we didn't, or who knows? But I don't know. I think it's going to depend on the future of Matt Murray. I think.
Yeah, I agree. You have Yunus Korpisalo next. He played 39 games, had 18-14-1 record, a 2.87 goals against average, and a .914 save percentage. He has a $1.3 million cap hit. So, of course, Korpisalo, solid goalie, but probably won't stay with LA. Will probably return to a backup role in some team that needs a backup. Maybe Tampa Bay. Maybe if they did sign Brian Elliott, I see on this list.
Yeah, maybe Korpisalo could actually. He'd be. I don't know if he'd be open to a backup role though. That's the only thing. Is I feel like if he went into Tampa, he'd be knowing he'd be the backup, and he wouldn't have a chance to compete. I think he wants at least a chance to compete and be a starting goaltender.
Maybe if Carolina doesn't keep their 2 goalies, maybe he goes to Carolina.
Yeah, Korpisalo actually. You know what? That would kind of fit them. They're a little bit of a younger team, and as far as for most of the goalies on this list, he's one of the younger ones on this list. So we could see Korpisalo going there.
Yeah, for sure. We got Cam Talbot. We also have Jonathan Quick. Aiden Hill is going to get signed. James Reimer, Ryan Elliott, Semyon Varlamov.
Was Hill already signed?
What?
I thought Hill already got signed, didn't he?
Yeah, Hill apparently already got signed, but he's on my thing. I don't know if the signing's been confirmed yet.
Okay. But
that's probably it.
So
he got paid good money, though. I will say that.
Yeah, what was it? 4 mil? 2 mil?
Yeah, it was like $4 million.
Yeah,
he deserves it. He had a good run to the finals.
Definitely, for sure.
Yeah, and it wasn't like Vegas's offense carried him. No, he played well.
He definitely stole that series.
Yeah, for sure. And then Jonathan Quick, I want to mention too. I'm not sure if Quick. I think Quick might be done. He's 37. I think he might want to call it quits. He just I think that's so.
Yeah, I think this is the last we've seen of Jonathan Quick. Sadly,
yeah, probably. You want to move into RFAs now?
Yeah, let's do it.
We're gonna do like the top 15 for the RFAs. Because let me see how I can figure this out. There we go. RFAs.
Go off points.
Yeah, we'll go off points because the RFAs. Oh, I'm on goalies.
Woo-hoo-hoo, there's some good RFAs on here.
There are
Damn.
some good RFAs, I can tell. Yeah, we'll do top 15. Top 15 seems to be about right.
Yeah.
All right, starting off with Timo Meyer. Meyer played 78 games this season, had 40 goals, 26 assists for 66 points, and has a cap hit of $6 million. The Devils are reportedly talking to him, but maybe they have time to sign him, but maybe not. Maybe a team wants to go out and get a little offer sheet there on him, but I think Meyer stays with the Devils, if we're being realistic.
Yeah, I liked his fit in New Jersey. I think he kind of fit that roster pretty solidly. So you know what? I think that's a solid deal for if he. I think he stays with New Jersey.
Yeah, for sure. Alex DeBrincat. This is a player that could be traded by the time we make this podcast upload. So
yeah,
I don't know. Honestly, like, does he get traded? Does he not? That's just the question I'll ask you.
I think he does get traded.
Yeah,
I think he will be gone. I don't think he'll be gone by the time this. I think he will get dealt on draft day. I think either. So I guess that'd be tomorrow. So I don't know. Maybe he gets dealt the day before draft day, which would be tomorrow, or in 2 days, which would be draft day. I think he gets dealt within the next. Yeah.
I don't know. We're kind of talking out of our butts here with DeBrincat because we don't really know
he
now.
Could, like, it could be anything. He could re-sign. He could get signed and traded. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Alex DeBrincat here.
We don't really know all too much.
Jack will know.
Yeah, Jack will know because that's his favorite player. DeBrincat, 82 games played, 27 goals, 39 assists for 66 points, coming off of a $6.4 million hit, so he will get paid probably. Trevor Zegras, your boy Carter. He played 81 games played at 23 goals, 42 assists for 65 points, and is coming off of a $925K cap hit. Carter, what do you think he gets? What do you think what contract do you think Zegras gets signed to?
I think he'll get signed to kind of close to what Cole got, because Cole got, I think, what, 8.25?
Yeah.
I think he'll get signed to around 8.
Yeah, I think that's the most valid.
Which
spot,
I think in all fairness is a great deal for Zegras. I think he'll do an 8x8.
Yeah, 100%. Next up, then you got Vince Dunn. He will get paid. 81 games played, 14 goals, 50 assists, 64 points, and it's coming off of a $4 million cap hit. I like Dunn a lot. I think he gets paid there on that Kraken blue line. He's going to get some good money.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think very well this past year. So.
Oh, for sure. I like Vince Dunn.
Pierre-Luc Dubois, 73 games played, 27 goals, 36 assists, 63 points, coming off of a $6 million cap hit. He could also be traded by this time this video's up, and it's more likely. It's more likely for him because there's already talks that he's going to LA. So
yeah, I would like to say this now. I think that we get Quentin Byfield in return for PLD.
We'll probably know by Thursday, Carter. So
oh, definitely.
it's funny too. Like with these two guys, with DeBrincat and Dubois, they're probably gonna be traded by the time we record on Thursday to recap the draft and all that. So you're gonna have a fully different opinion than you do right now, which is kind of funny. So
no, for sure. I've been like, honestly, I think since Saturday, since the news broke on like the Flyers, all those trades that they definitely talked about on the pod, and then PLD, I have been glued to Twitter because I'm like, something's gonna break, and I want to know about it. But
I haven't heard anything today, or really anything the past few days. No. So
all I know is that it's close. So I think that PLD will be a sign-in trade to LA.
Yeah, 100%. All right, Troy Terry, right wing for the Anaheim Ducks. He played 70 games, had 23 goals, 38 assists for 61 points. Is coming off of a $1.45 million cap hit. Had a worser year than he did last year, but I think still gets signed to a solid contract. Carter, you're a Ducks guy. What do you think?
I think he'll get paid a little bit more than Zegras. I think he'll probably get 8.5, or 8.75. Yeah. I think that he is by far probably the best Duck. Besides John Gibson, I think he is probably the best player on that Anaheim Ducks roster, so I think he will end up getting paid.
Yeah, I agree. Matthias Micheli, 64 games played, 11 goals, 38 assists for 49 points with the Arizona Coyotes, and he's coming off of a $853,000 cap hit. So I think Michele will get some good money there, probably a $3 million deal, probably like a bridge contract if I'm honest, as a Coyotes fan. But Michele I like a lot, so he had a good year in Arizona for sure.
That's your guy. I'm letting you take it.
Number 8's Daniel Sprong. 66 games played, 21 goals, 25 assists for 46 points. I thought he was way older than he is, but he's coming off of a $750K cap hit. I swear I thought he was like 33. He's 20.
I thought he was old too.
What? Why is he an RFA? That's like crazy.
Yeah.
I think he's one of the older RFAs here too. Like, there's some old RFAs.
Yeah, there's been like 326s so far, 325s. A lot of guys are in their mid-20s here.
Yeah. Number 9, we can both talk about this guy, Morgan Frost. 19 games played, 27 goals, 27 assists for 46 points with Philadelphia, coming off an $800K cap hit. Yeah, Frost. Frost has been on and off, but I thought this year he had a much better season than previous years.
I feel like he was finally given a chance to prove himself on the NHL level, and he definitely wasn't like eye-catching, but I think that we definitely have seen the start of a bright future for Morgan Frost.
Yeah, and that's why I think of Philadelphia, and we're gonna get into Noah Cates later, but I love our future now. Now that we're under new management and we got all these young pieces that could turn into solid players, and Frost had a pretty solid. I think Frost had a good year.
Yeah, well, he was playing what, like third line ish.
This is his first full season too, I believe.
Yeah, and he was kind of he was moved kind of all throughout the lines. Like, there probably wasn't a time where he was on like a set line for a long period of time. Like a lot of these other teams, like their lines are set. Like every game, it's like, hey, well, this is their top line, and it'll stay that way throughout the entire season. He was kind of moved all around, so he wasn't with a lot of his line mates for the same time, but he made the most of it, and he was able to put up over half a point per game. So that's solid for a young guy as Morgan Frost.
Yeah, absolutely. Number 10 is Keandre Miller of the Rangers, who played 79 games, played 9 goals, 34 assists for 43 points, and is coming off of a $925K cap hit. I think he's a much more underrated defenseman. I like him a lot, so I think he could get some money as well.
I do too. I like Keandre Miller. I think he's a very solid defenseman.
Yeah. Number 11 is Gabriel Velarde of the Los Angeles Kings, who played 63 games, had 23 goals, 18 assists for 41 points, and he is coming off of an $825K cap hit. So Velarde, I think, actually could be going to Winnipeg.
Welcome to Winnipeg, baby!
Maybe at the time of recording, he's not there yet, but he could be going. It's possible. So
it is.
We'll see. But hey, Carter, since he could be going to Winnipeg, what do you want his contract to be?
Ooh.
Honestly, I think he's a very solid player. I think he's definitely not the best on this list, but I'd say he's one of the top guys on this list. So I don't know. I think maybe I could see him as like a 5 mil, 5-6.
Yeah, I agree as well. I think you could get that.
Yeah.
Number 12, Evan Bouchard of the Edmonton Oilers. 82 games played, 8 goals, 32 assists for 40 points. I think Bouchard's a really solid defenseman. I like Bouchard a lot. So
I think he's one of the better defensemen on that Edmonton blue line for sure.
Yeah, 100%. So I think he can get some good money there as well.
Mm-hmm.
Alexis Lafreniere, 81 games played, 16 goals, 23 assists for 39 points, and he is an RFA coming off of a $925K cap hit. What do you think, Carter? Lafreniere, did you think he was going to be this? Not like I wouldn't say a bust just yet, but did you think that he'd be putting up those numbers with the numbers he put up in the queue?
No, not at all. This guy was absolutely unreal. Was one of my favorite. Like, out of junior, he was a very good player. I remember watching him during the World Juniors, I think for the 1 year where we beat Russia in the finals. I think that would have been 2021, 2020, 2019 maybe. I don't know, but he was unreal. I was like, this is going to be absolutely insane. And then it was a draft lottery, the Jets were in it, and we were close to getting him, and then he went to New York, and I don't know, something about these New York Rangers players, man, they just can't seem to develop, and it's kind of awful because you look at him, and this was a very highly talented prospect. So in my opinion, it's quite sad to see Alexis Lafreniere, kind of, sorry, kind of not finding his stride, which really sucks. So I don't know. I'm really upset with that.
Yeah, for sure. Number 14, Noah Cates. He played 82 games, had 13 goals, 25 assists, 38 points, and he's coming off of a $925K cap hit. I thought Cates had a really solid year in Philadelphia as a Flyers fan. Really solid defensively and offensively, too. Was actually like a Selke candidate there for a while. So
he got 19 points in like the Selke voting.
Yeah, like that's good.
Especially for a guy who's like
for like a
first year
this year too, technically.
Yeah,
still
he was a rookie and he got Selke votes. Like that just shows that.
I believe he got Calder votes too. So
yeah,
like
no, I think Noah Cates he's going to be a good piece for this Flyers organization. I think he will end up getting a nice contract. Maybe he'll get like a 2-year deal at like $3 million or something like that. I think maybe we give him a bridge.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I think a bridge is the most realistic. Number 15, Cody Glass. He played 72 games, had 14 goals, 21 assists for 35 points. He is an RFA. Of course he is. Coming off of an $874K cap hit. Yeah, Cody Glass, I thought, had a good year. Another good development year. He fought hard at the beginning of the season to make training camp, and he did I think he did a good job. So I think he could get some solid money, but not like a lot more. Probably not. So.
Yeah, no, I think you hit it there. I think Cody Glass is probably gonna get that same kind of deal.
Yeah. Goalies. There's not a lot of them. Yeah, we'll go through like the first like 3 or 4. Ilya Samsonov, he is on Toronto, has a 27-10-4 record, a 2.33 goals against average, and a .919 save percentage, and he has a $1.8 million cap hit. I like him a lot for Toronto. I thought he had a good year, even though there was some criticism, but I didn't think they could do it. I didn't think it was going to fly, but they did it. So I'm proud. I'm proud of Samsonov. I think he'll get some good money.
Yeah.
Oh, Pinto and Newhook. Whoopsies.
Yeah.
You want to talk about Shane Pinto real quick and Newhook? I think they'll get a solid deal. I forgot about him because we only did top 15. My apologies.
Yeah, and there was only by points. I was like looking, I'm like, because I know there's got to be some guys in here. Actually, there's still a lot of more guys. Holy crap. I'll go through a couple. You can kind of say their names. Shane Pinto, I think he's a solid player on this bright future for the Ottawa Senators. 82 games, 20 goals, 15 assists for 35 points. Was minus 21 though, which is not that good, but I mean, I think it's all right. Yeah, I don't know. I think he'll probably end up looking at like a $4 million deal for Shane Pinto. I think he's a very solid player. I think he can perform when he needs to, but not anything super special.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, Alex. Oh, go.
No, you go.
I was just going to see what you were going to say because I was just going to move on to
No, I was going to move into the goalies, but I realized we're still talking about those guys. Alex
yeah.
Newhook?
Yeah, Alex Newhook. 82 games played, 14 goals, 16 assists for 30 points. 22 years old, though, still. Same with Shane Pinto. Like, these are both still young guys, so they're still trying to kind of find their groove. I don't think we'll really see them excelling that much until maybe they're 24. I think Newhook will probably actually end up getting a little bit more than Pinto. I think we could look at him getting maybe 5, because I think he still is a big piece on that Colorado Avalanche team there. So,
yeah. I agree as well. I think he had a much better season than in previous years as well. If I'm being honest with you,
I got one more player for us, who we didn't talk about because he was injured for pretty much half the season. Bowen Byram.
Oh yes, that's right.
Yeah, 42 games played, 10 goals, 14 assists for 24 points. He was making $894,000 this year. I think he's going to get a really solid deal.
because I think he's proven to be a top defenseman. Like for this Colorado Avalanche team, and having a two-headed monster on two separate lines of Cale Makar and Bowen Byram, like that's a nice recipe for success there. So I think Bowen Byram will end up getting like a nice $6-7 million deal, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I agree. I think he could get some good money. He was a solid defender in the playoffs too, when they went on the road to win the Stanley Cup. So, yeah, I agree. Is that all we got?
Jesse Puljujarvi, maybe. Do we want to talk about him or no?
Was you? Oh man,
Probably not.
He's still an RFA. Jesus.
There's actually, I'm like looking at this. There's so many guys on here that we could like continue to talk about because there's like a lot of like decent players, but I think we can call it there if we want.
Yeah, it's almost 1 a.m. We gotta get through these goalies.
All right, let's finish up these goalies. All right, moving on to Sway.
We got Jeremy Swayman, Boston Bruins goalie here, 24-6-4 record. Came out with a $925K cap hit. I would imagine he gets signed by Boston, definitely.
I have two
here too. So
I got 2 Swayman cards. I'm really praying it pays off. Yeah, I got 2 Swayman Young Guns cards, so I hope he goes somewhere. Honestly, a team that I could see him going to is Pittsburgh. I don't know. Yeah, I think if they don't keep Tristan Jarry, I think they'd be looking at a youth goaltender, and Swayman would be a piece that you could pay. I think you could get him for a nice, maybe 5-6 year deal at $5 million, and I think he'd earn every piece of that.
Oh yeah, definitely. And then not the last goalie. Oh, we got Philip Gustafson. 39 games played, 22-9-3 record, a 2.1 goals against average, and a .931 save percentage. Coming off of a $787K contract, he will get paid. He had a really good year for Minnesota. For sure. He'll get a lot of money.
The fact that he got traded.
Was he like a Vezina candidate?
He might have been. I don't know. I didn't really look at the scoring, but I don't know. I don't know. All I know is I can't actually believe that that he got dealt from Ottawa. I know that it seemed like it, but
for Cam Talbot too.
Yeah,
he wasn't a finalist. He should have been though.
Yeah, I think
Mark and Sorokin.
But yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the last goalie, we have Mackenzie Blackwood, a 10-6-0 record, a 3.2 goals against average, and a .893. He's coming off of a $2.8 million cap hit. He was plagued with injuries. So, honestly, I think maybe the Devils won't qualify him and he'll go to unrestricted. But, yeah, they have a lot of goalies right now, so they got to figure that out for sure.
Yeah.
That all we got? That's it?
I think so. I think we covered it.
Alrighty, well, that does it for our free agency preview and for episode number 30 of the NordCast. Unbelievable, we've done 30 of these. Thank y'all for sticking around. In the next episode, we will actually be doing our free agency review for the first week, which should be a very fun episode. But anyways, thank you all for watching or listening, and we will see you guys. Adios.